In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on July 14, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Dodgers versus St. Louis Cardinals. 2 National League juggernauts collide in Missouri as the Los Angeles Dodgers take on the St. Louis Cardinals in the finale of a 3-game series. The Cardinals gained the upper hand in the opener before a furious Dodger rally evened things up Wednesday night. Los Angeles owns a comfortable 7.5-game lead over San Diego out west. The Cardinals are quickly closing ground on Milwaukee in the National League Central, entering play just 2 games out of first. Tyler Anderson toes the rubber for Los Angeles, while the Cards counter with Dakota Hudson. The Los Angeles Dodgers are 8-1 straight up in their last 9 games and are 9-4 straight up in their last 13 games against St. Louis. The Los Angeles Dodgers are also 12-2 straight up in their last 14 games against an opponent in the National League. Both of these clubs figure to be in the mix all season, with 2 of the better pitching staffs in baseball and some big-name superstars scattered throughout their lineups. While the Cardinals have played well the first 2 games of the series, it is never a good idea to bet against this Dodgers team. With the second-ranked scoring offense and second-ranked staff ERA, Los Angeles can do it on both ends. They will have an advantage on the hill here behind a resurgent Tyler Anderson. Look for them to jump on the inconsistent Hudson early and often and build out a strong lead through the night. Los Angeles is now 12-2 in their last 14 contests, so the Los Angeles Dodgers money line is our full game side pick. With the wind potentially slated to blow out to left field, it seems like the perfect opportunity for the Dodgers to use the long ball to their advantage. Anderson has been strong without a doubt, but the 2 starters have combined for an ERA north of 7, and with some of their issues within going deep into games, the bullpens could easily let things get out of hand in this one. The Cardinals also have Goldschmidt in the lineup, and with some other familiar faces, the scoreboard is likely to be used often in this finale. We had another solid pitching matchup on Wednesday, and the bullpen still found a way to get us well into double digits. These 2 teams can hit and put runs on the board. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago White Sox versus Minnesota Twins. The Chicago White Sox and Minnesota Twins will do battle in Minnesota in a 4-game set prior to the All-Star break. The White Sox, despite a number of key injuries and disappointments in the first half of the season, are still very much in the hunt for the American League Central Division as the first half comes to a close. The Twins have held the American League Central Division lead for much of the first half of the season and will look to extend their lead before the first half closes. The pitching matchup in Game 1 will feature veteran righty Johnny Cueto of the White Sox taking on fellow righty Sonny Gray of the Twins. Minnesota has Chicago's numbers so far this season, as they are 5-1 against a team that has underperformed in the unofficial first half of the regular season. In his 5 starts since returning from the injured list, Sonny Gray is pitching to a decent 3.86 ERA, which is a little too high, but Chicago has not hit well this year. Hitting home runs is critical for any offense, and the Twins are 8th in MLB with 113 homers as a team, while the White Sox are tied for 25th in the majors with just 72 combined home runs in their lineup. The White Sox have not won in any of their previous 5 games played in Target Field, in a matchup of 2 veteran right-handers that can both get their team into the 6th or 7th inning. I'm going to lean towards the team that is more consistent, so the Minnesota Twins money line is our full game side pick. Johnny Cueto has consistently kept the White Sox in the game in each of his 10 starts this season, including 8 quality starts. The White Sox are 7-3 to the under in his 10 starts thus far. Overall, the White Sox have gone to the under in 3 of their last 4 games and have been held to 3 runs or less in 9 of their last 11 losses this season. Prior to allowing 5 runs in his loss at Texas over the weekend, Gray had allowed a total of 7 runs in his previous 5 starts. I expect a tightly fought game that will be decided by 2 or fewer runs in this spot. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Chicago Cubs. The New York Mets, fresh off a highly charged series with second-place Atlanta, will continue their road trip in Chicago to take on the Cubs in a 4-game series before the All-Star break. The Mets have been atop the National League East Division for nearly the entire season. The Cubs have struggled for much of the season and find themselves near the basement of the National League Central Division. The pitching matchup for Game 1 will be veteran righty Carlos Carrasco of the Mets taking on Cubs righty Keegan Thompson. After needing to fend off the Braves throughout the week to maintain their division lead, the Mets should be able to build it back up over the weekend. They're getting a long 4-game series started against the Cubs on Thursday. They'll have to travel to Chicago, but that's about the only downside they should encounter in this matchup. That's even if it ends up being considered a downside, as the weather conditions there can often be advantageous to offensive production. That would fare well for a lineup as potent as the Mets. Even if there isn't the stereotypical Chicago wins, New York should welcome the transition from the Braves pitching staff to that of the Cubs. Keegan Thompson has been the best option on the mound for the Cubs this season, but even he hasn't provided the most confidence recently. The team has lost each of his last 3 starts, which includes one against a weaker Reds team. Thompson has also been unable to pitch as deep into games recently as he once had been. That's where the biggest issue comes in for the Cubs. They have the 6th worst bullpen in the league, and it's been as bad as the 2nd worst over the last couple of weeks. Meanwhile, the Mets have been in the top 10 in that category nearly all season. They won't be able to have Max Scherzer start this game, but Carlos Carrasco should be able to get his 10th win on the year. He had his struggles when he took on the Astros in back-to-back starts, but the Cubs lineup is a far cry from that of Houston. With a powerful lineup to support Carrasco, the Mets should start this series off in the win column. So the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The Mets are averaging 4.7 runs per game and 4.62 runs per game on the road. They averaged 3 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Cubs. With Chicago giving up 4.93 runs per game at home, the Mets will hit their average in this game. The Cubs are averaging 4.34 runs per game and 4.58 runs per game at home. They averaged 2.33 runs per game in their last 3 games against the Mets. The Mets are 6th in baseball in runs scored per game and should get a heavy dose of the Cubs' suspect bullpen in this game with Thompson's inability to pitch deep into games. The Cubs are just 19-31 in games against teams with a winning record, and I expect the same to continue in this game with the Mets recording multiple crooked number innings. The Mets have gone to the over in 5 out of Carrasco's last 7 starts this season. In the team's last 5 wins prior to Wednesday afternoon's game, the Mets have scored 5 or more runs 4 times. That trend will continue in the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. With New York giving up 4.29 runs per game on the road, the Cubs will score enough runs to push the score over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.